So we've had a bit of a hint about what the title of the 2026 Doctor Who Christmas special might be. And I have some thoughts about what it might mean for the plot, particularly that a theory that I already had involving Ncuti Gatwa's involvement in the special and what might have happened to him in the meantime might have a bit more credence now. Hello, welcome to Culture Filter, I am the Fill-In Filter, and this is where I talk about all the geeky pop culture that I like. Things like Red Dwarf, Star Trek, and, yeah, Doctor Who. So if you like any of that, do click subscribe down below. Now let's talk about this, because this has all come from the registering of a brand new company by parent company Bad Wolf Productions. Bad Wolf, if you don't know, what they tend to do when they've got a new season of a show coming up is they register a new company with Companies House in order to produce that particular season of television. They've done this for all of their shows so far. The reasoning is, I guess, something to do with tax or maybe liabilities or something. But when the first season of New Who of the Ncuti Gatwa's first season came around, that was registered under Whoniverse 1, and then the second season was Whoniverse 2. And there was The War Between is the sub company that is making The War Between the Land and the Sea. So they do this for all of their shows, and they've just registered a new one. Now, it doesn't give away the whole title. In fact, it only gives away initials. Bad Wolf, TLD. Now, obviously, with the assumption that the Christmas special is going to film early next year, this would be around about the time they'd be registering the company for it. So it makes sense that this is the company, the sub-company that is going to house the Christmas special. So that leaves us asking, what does Bad Wolf TLD Limited, what does the TLD stand for? Well, it's probably the title, isn't it? Now, the prevailing theory that I've seen around has been that the T and the D stands for the and Doctor. So we've got the something Doctors, the something beginning with L, Doctor. So what could that be? Well, we could have the late Doctor. Maybe he's late getting somewhere, maybe late as in deceased. It could be the lavish Doctor, referring to Billie Piper maybe she's got a particularly lavish flair. The lanky Doctor, maybe it's referring to David Tennant. The loony Doctor, a completely crazy incarnation of the Doctor turns up, more bizarre, more off the wall than we've ever seen before. Or, and this is the one that I suspect it'll go with, and which fits my previous theory, which I'll go into in a minute, the Lost Doctor. And who is that Lost Doctor? Well, it's the 15th Doctor. Because I theorise that wasn't a regeneration that we saw at the end, even if the Doctor themselves thought it was something else. And that Billie Piper is not playing the Doctor, is not playing the 16th Doctor. She is either, well, there's many theories, I had a theory, but fitting this theory, it was that she is either the Bad Wolf entity or the TARDIS itself. And my previous theory went that perhaps the TARDIS and the Doctor have kind of swapped, and the Doctor is trapped as a consciousness within the TARDIS, therefore lost, and the TARDIS is within the body of Rose Tyler because it remembers Rose from when it kind of melded with her and gave her the time vortex and created the Bad Wolf entity. Maybe it is the Bad Wolf entity, I don't know. But either way, it's not the Doctor, and the Doctor is lost in the TARDIS somehow. His consciousness is lost in the TARDIS. This would give the option of Ncuti coming back out and rejoining the episode, regaining his body at the end of the episode, probably to then go on and regenerate, but not before, especially if there are Daleks in this episode, having a bit of an episode with the Daleks. That's the one thing that Ncuti hasn't had, that I think every Doctor should have at some point, is a adventure with the Daleks. He hasn't had that. This would give him the option of having that if they're in the special, and also then regenerating into the actual 16th Doctor at the end of the episode. But there would be a bit of a what's happened to the Doctor in the meantime, especially if the TARDIS doesn't themselves entirely know what's happened. If Billie Piper's character, whoever she may be, even if she's Rose Tyler, maybe she has somehow come over from the other universe that she was in and doesn't know why or how, and she is trying to find the Doctor as well. She finds out she's kind of taken over his form, as it were, and she goes and finds David Tennant's Doctor for help to find the most recent incarnation of the Doctor and get him back. Either way, I think it's going to be a kind of partial search for the Doctor. Somehow Susan's got to be wrapped in there as well, but I haven't really thought. Maybe she'll join the hunt. Maybe the 14th Doctor will go find Susan, and all together with Billie Piper's character, they will go and find out how to restore Ncuti's character before he then regenerates. Damn it, he needs an episode with the Daleks. At least, come on, give him 10 minutes with the Daleks at the end of the episode to go out in glory fighting the Daleks. What do you think? Let me know what you think about this in the comments down below. Do you think the episode title is going to be The Lost Doctor? Do you have an alternative that I haven't suggested? Do you have any interesting plots that could tie in with one of those other L words that I suggested? Let me know everything in the comments below. And just to say, if you like this video, I do have a Patreon if you fancy supporting the channel, so please do head on there for to find out what the rewards are. You can get mentioned in the videos, get early releases, all that usual Patreon stuff, but please do check it out. Link will be below. I'll be back for more Doctor Who videos soon, so please do join me then.